and
Yeah, yeah, I've had a lot of like 5-minute videos on Facebook that I deleted later.
So you understand. So if I don't know if it's coming through on there, if you look on the computer again, is the video monitor live now?
Yep.
So so you can also track that signal there as well.
Okay.
I just like having redundancy, so you can, and that's what's actually going out to.
Because this one you're on the web.
Yes, that's coming straight from the web.
Right.
Now, a couple of caveats I need to tell you about with Sling Studio. If you use Sling Studio, you can connect wirelessly, but I would highly recommend you LAN it. You connect the LAN cable to it, because sometimes.
Oh, from it to the web, yeah. That
Yes,
part, yeah.
yes. So we've done it wirelessly for a long time because we had a LAN cable running and we had a squirrel get in the attic and shoot through the LAN cable. So we got some PVC pipe and ran it through the new one through PVC pipe. But we did it wirelessly for a while. It was awful. In fact, the first weekend we did the online only in what I guess was March. It kept dropping out, and I went to Pastor and said, if I get a 150-foot LAN cable, can you have Jacob, who is our resident electrician guy, can you have him run it? He said, yeah. So we ran it, been on, no problems.
Okay.
So, yeah. So.
And now this camera this is the one connection you can
Yes.
correct, and then
Yes.
and then the other one you're using their
Actually,
Wi-Fi thing, right?
So thank you for reminding me of that. Let me tell you about that. So this right here, this is what's called the camera link.
Right.
You can turn any camera with an HDMI output into a video source. It has to have some kind of HDMI output.
Okay.
So that one is plugged in straight HDMI to the hub.
Right.
Okay. But if I had it when we had it here in the middle,
Right.
had this hooked up, and it connects to the Sling Studio.
About to sneeze.
No, you're good. I get it.
Maybe not.
We got Kleenexes there, and like I said, hand sanitizer. So if you got to, you got to. I get it. But yeah, so any camera that has an HDMI output, you can use it as a camera source. Now, the other thing is, all iOS devices, iPhones, iPads, iPods, if they have a camera, you don't need a camera link. That is connected, that's an iPhone 8, it's connected straight to the hub without a camera link.
Is it doing that through Bluetooth, or do you know?
Through Wi-Fi.
Oh, through Wi-Fi.
So
And it's fast enough to.
the Sling Studio creates an ad hoc Wi-Fi network.
Okay.
So
So you're just hooking up to Sling Studio's Wi-Fi.
and then the Sling Studio, since it's LAN in, it sends it out through the LAN cable. So you're really not losing anything by connecting to that from here to here via Wi-Fi. This is connected via Wi-Fi
Okay.
to that. But I can still
Well,
access.
that's how the camera links are working too.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
How far away have you been?
Okay, so thank you. I'm getting to that as well. No. So I also use this. Our church district spreads across West Texas and New Mexico. So every year in the summer, well, not this year. I just found out they're canceling them. But we have certain camps in the summer. We have a campground north of Amarillo. So we have our youth camp, our kids camp, and then our family camp / adult camp. So we have a big tabernacle there, big tabernacle. And I do all the media for that as well. So I've used this the last 2 years. The stated range, I think, is 300 feet line of sight. I know it works up to about 250 line of sight. Outside of that, I don't know. Now that's for the camera links, okay?
Right.
For the iOS devices, it's like 50 to 75 feet. So
Okay.
that's the one drawback with if you use iOS devices, you have to be closer to the hub. So I've had an iOS device from there to the back wall where the screen is, and I think that's what? I hate estimating distances.
That's about 70 feet or something.
And it worked.
Yeah.
It worked from back there. I've had it, so in our tabernacle in Amarillo, from the video platform, which is way high, to the back of the platform itself, it's probably 110, 120 feet, and it would not connect.
Okay.
It went up to the front part of the pews, which is probably 80, 85 feet, and it died. It killed. So that's the one. But I do know that camera links will get you probably, I know at least 250 feet.
Okay.
They're right, I think the specs say 300, but I do know they work at least. And that's line of sight.
Yeah, ideally, we would run our console actually, I guess it's like half a floor below But we can mess with it. I mean, there's a bunch of options. I mean, if nobody saw it, no aggregation, you know, if
Yeah.
nobody saw it, a lot of people would be happy.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. So it's funny, here, almost nobody goes up there because I am so picky. My pastor just laughs and laughs and laughs at me.
You're as bad as the ladies in the kitchen?
Sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes, yeah.
I mean, I've been at parishes where the rector did not have a key to the kitchen.
Oh, really? Wow. Wow. No, it's not.
No, I'm sorry, that's our, sorry, Father, that's not your territory.
I get it. But no, there's been some times we have some well-meaning, well-intentioned folks get up there and start messing with settings, and I couldn't do it. I don't mind if they tell me, because I know how to go back and fix it, but when they wouldn't tell me, and we're like, so our service starts at 11, and we're like 5 till 11, and I can't get sound out of the monitors for our keyboard player, and I find out, oh, well, Bobby was over here practicing, I'm like, well, Bobby, what did you touch? And then I figure it out, but they don't tell me, so anyway, neither here nor there.
So the one of the things, so we have quite a few mics that, so we have a sound system as well. Can you tap directly into that audio and feed it?
Absolutely, yeah. So you have a mini, a mini monitor or mini mixer on there. Okay. So what I do, if you see there's a line in, you see there's two audio levels going right now. Right. That's your that's the camera and the iPhone. Okay. So I normally mute those, and I use only the line in.
And that's coming from your sound.
This comes from the soundboard. Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. So that's that's
what I wanted to know.
Yep. It's real easy. So I have a separate, on that soundboard, I have a separate feed that runs to the sling, and because there are some differences in loudness when it comes through the sling. For some reason, at some point, the sling somewhere, whether in the sling or when it sends it out to restream, it has a compressor or something somewhere along the line.
So the mixers are the same going out as your.
Exactly right. So I have to have a separate feed for the instruments and the vocals and the pastor when he preaches, and I have to turn it up a little bit going to sling because.
You just figured that out while you listen to the separate feed.
Yep.
That's fine, because you don't really get it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, with all of this, sunshine and roses, let me tell you a couple of drawbacks, and they're really minor. The delay, if you'll pick up the iPad, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, there's about 1.5 seconds delay. Watch the screen.
Okay.
You kind of see that,
yeah.
And it's the same. Now the audio and the video are synced, so they're synced, but you're about 1 second behind on your monitor. So, I mean, it's no biggie for us. I understand it and I deal with it accordingly, but it is. Yeah, so I convinced.
And does it do transitions at all, or is it just?
No, yeah. So right here, where's that? You can do dissolve.
Okay.
Now do it. Right. Or you can just do this.
Okay. Okay.
And so it has dissolve, wipe, and I think there's a couple more. There's not a lot of them, but.
I like the simple one, but I discovered from doing I've been doing the webcast for teaching for, almost 10 years.
So you're like right now, or this past semester, you were in there then?
Well, I knew what to do, but I didn't have the time to do it all. I mean, because I've always done with supplemental stuff.
Okay.
Not as the primary way.
No, I got you.
And so like I do, plus, some interesting things happen, because like all mine up to last semester have all been, I don't want to say they're polished or produced, but they're straightforward, Right. I mean, in classroom, I'm a smart ass, but when I'm doing these webcasts, I was like, well, today we're going to, and so they've all been like that, and I make some really stupid jokes in them, but they're no good. Anyway, well, when all this was hitting, and none of them, they're all just narrated, I don't want to say they're I usually use a combination of PowerPoint and Camtasia and some stuff like that.
Right.
But, I mean, they're not PowerPoint presentations, because a lot of them have animations and stuff in them, but it's just me talking with whatever the material is, right? And my face has never been in a video until this last semester, and I just started going, well, I had to do these labs online, so I basically had to film a lab and then give them the data, and I had to be in those. And then I just started doing crazy shit. And I literally, like, I did this one thing, and I mean, I've had this one physical demonstration that I wanted to film for a long time, and I thought, well, I might as well do it now. And, you know, I didn't want to just stand there and do it, so this is all about soil mechanics. And, you know, and all I had was the iPhone. I mean, this is a one-man operation, right? I mean, there was no tech in it. It was me. You know, I was everything. And so this one, I basically had a little demo on a table in front of the whiteboard. And I just, you know, I had the camera. And the camera, you know, those iPhone kits pretty close because it's got such a wide angle lens. Anyway, so I got down on the floor underneath it, and I just popped in front of it and said, "Fun with soils!" And then just went to do the whole thing. I got 1 million freaking hits on that. And so,
You know, I think somebody shared that with me. Who was it shared that with me? Because I remember that lead-in that you did.
Oh,
that
yeah.
you just talked
Yeah,
about.
that
Somebody showed me that.
I think somebody in marketing picked it up.
I think so, yes, that might be where
Plus it has this really weird, it has this just totally anti-intuitive soil behavior. So what I have is a water bottle, you know, like a semi-clear water bottle, completely packed with sand. And it's completely full of water, saturated. So there's nothing in it but soil and sand. There's no air in it.
Right.
And I got a little tube. It's actually a really skinny tube, but I got a little plastic tube coming out the top of it. It's all sealed. And I dye the water red. And when you squeeze a water bottle, the water goes down. It doesn't go up. And it's demonstrating a certain, we call it dilation, but it's demonstrating soil behavior. It's one of those things you go like, what the heck? Anyway,
pretty cool.
And so, yeah, I just, anyway.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna do more stuff that's like, you know, more really me, so. Because the other one is not me, it's just me presenting all the information to them, you know, it's like, it's not who I am, but anyway. But I've had this stuff up for years, and I got quite a few more followers this year, but there's I mean, I know a lot of people. I've got my engineering area is a real small area. I don't say we all know each other. We all know each other, but you know, it's not that big a group of people.
Yeah,
Right? And but there's clearly a whole bunch of universities in South Asia that use a bunch of my material.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, no,
Worldwide.
I got like 26,000 followers on this one channel, and I got thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of watches on it. And I've got one or two that are like just super popular. Because they show things that's really hard to. The ones that have most popular are animations of laboratory tests, because they show things that are going on. Like I got one that shows how a drilling rig works underground. Well, you can't put a damn camera down there and see what's going on. And there's lots of videos of people with a drill rig doing their thing. But I mean, so what do you see? You see, you know, two fat guys in the back of a drill rig, you know, with a little thing spinning down and soil coming out the top. And you're like, well, that's nice, you know. And so I have this animation that shows what's going on underneath the ground. And so stuff like that's like super popular. But I'm amazed at those people. I've got other ones that are just like straight up lecture capture that are, you know, and these things are like, I used to have this class that was 2 hours. It was like about 2 50-minute sections back to back. And I'll have people that watch that whole class. You know, and there's nothing it's just straight up lecture capture, you know, all on the screen, you know, but they'll go through the whole class. You know, I'm like, you got more staff. I mean, I did that, you know, as a backup for students who missed classes, stuff like that. But yeah, it's, you know, people that are, you know, let's say mothers and necessities of other religion. I mean, people, you know, people who don't have access to stuff.
They'll jump right on it.
You know, they'll jump right on it. So.
Well,
this is really helpful. Because I think it answers all the questions I had.
I will say this, and by no means do you have to do it this way. Like I said, we use cheap cameras. I really want to buy a good high def. That shoots in high def. It's good for webcasting and whatnot. I want to invest some money, get a nice broadcast level cam. I just don't know if I ever will.
Well, so I've been reading more, and Don said the same thing, is that there's these prosumer ones that there's a real sweet spot for, I think, this right between the real professional ones, and they're about $1,200.
Yeah, that's not
$1,500.
Was he talking about the Sonys?
Sony's got, he really likes Sony's for.
That's what we mainly use.
He told me why, and I'm like, I mean, I don't know, you know.
That's what we've used in.
Well, he likes
I've been here.
something about the battery packs and the way they charge, and.
Okay.
Yeah,
Makes
and he
sense.
likes that they're really consistent, it's easy to replace the batteries and stuff, I guess.
Mhm.
But you know, we're not talking, I think we're pretty much gonna have a fixed setup. I think we might get one mobile one, just so that if we ever did anything anyplace else, you could do it.
Right.
But you know, nobody wants to see a tripod, a camera with a tripod. We don't have any
Wall or anything like
yeah,
that.
we don't have any like thing at the back. We don't have our, our choir's up the choir's between the chancel and the nave. And, you know, it's an old, looks like an old traditional English church. You know.
I will tell you now. So we have the sling set right there. You don't have to put that right there. You can put it anywhere as long as you have line of sight to. Again, when I do district events, I have it set. So I have a production room in our tabernacle up there. And then we have a video platform or video balcony, basically where I shoot from. I have the sling shoot. I position it in different places. And anywhere in there. Now here's another thing. So, sorry, I'm going ADHD here. You can use that for offline too, which is what I do up there. I don't live stream from up there. I record it all to a hard drive I have
Okay.
it in.
All right.
So you can do it, and you can set it to capture all the angles, plus your program output. So you've got, like when I shoot, say something goes down with the internet, okay? I can still connect all the cameras because it makes its own ad hoc wireless network. And then I can just take the program output file and throw it right on YouTube, right on Facebook, upload it after service.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's more than just a live streaming solution.
Well, yeah, like the other day, I lost the feed from the laptop I don't even know why, but I lost the feed from the laptop.
It's electronic, it's all witchcraft and black magic, I'm telling you.
And so, and it's like, and then I basically had to just start a whole new stream.
Mm.
So first of all, I had to start a whole new stream, and then everybody who was on had to go find the new stream. And so,
That same thing that's happened here, we've learned a lot. Matter of fact, I went and told Pastor, I said, Shirley Peoples is our church secretary, treasurer right now. I said, listen, can we upgrade our internet? I said, this is ridiculous. I'm getting absolutely zero connectivity and bandwidth. I said, if we don't have the money, I'll give it additionally in the offering to pay for it. I said, and so we upgraded. We haven't had a problem since then. But yeah, like I said, you can record. You can record to an SD card.
Right.
I have an actual SSD mini hard drive plugged into it, and that's what I record to. Because I just like using. I don't trust SD cards that much. Just personal preference. But yeah, it's more than just.
you always run that off the battery? Or?
I do
I was
if
trying
it's
to,
fully charged.
the way I'm thinking is, we're not gonna move it around a lot. I'm going.
You can run it straight off shore power.
Yeah, I was going,
Yeah.
do I even need a battery? But
No,
on the other hand,
no.
but if you ever move it, you need the battery, right?
Well, so I convinced Don, after listening to me talk about it, because I bought this about two and a half years ago, and a year and a half ago, Don was doing his budget for RAM TV, and so I was talking about Sling. So he went and bought a Sling and 2 batteries for it. We use it for the coaches show. They use it for stuff in the UC when they want to stream it to Facebook, all that kind of stuff. He's even, what's that thing we do in the fall?
The convocation.
That's the one. So we used it last year, back in September or August, for the convocation.
Yeah, he was talking about how easy it was to set up places. I'm going, well, we might do that some, but.
Right.
But.
Right.
Honestly, like right now, my rector's running around and doing the weekday services. He's actually going out to, some of the families that can't get out, especially the older families, and he actually did the service from their house, and then stream it. You know, he does that with his camera, and honestly, that's probably fine.
Yeah.
I mean, and once we get Restream figured out, like I say, the issue with that is it only goes on the Facebook channel, but once we have Restream figured out, he can stream to either.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, so if you do buy a Sling, look it up. There's a discount code, because Sling and Restream partner together, and I'm paying about $10 less a month. It's like, it's normally, the package level we got is like 19 or 20 bucks a month. I'm paying $10 a month with the code I got from Sling Studio because they partner together. So it basically cuts your monthly bill in half for the service we've got. Restream, I'll tell you this, you can, I don't remember, it's like 30 or 35 platforms you can stream to, but a lot of those are gaming.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
And I'm like, I don't care about Twitch, I don't care about.
But you basically want YouTube and Facebook.
Exactly, and so you can do that. Now, I'm trying to remember, you only stream to one channel of each, right? One YouTube channel, one Facebook channel.
Right.
So so make sure you look that up on Restream, because they'll try to sell you on the higher a month, because they'll say, well, you can stream to 3 different YouTube channels and 3 different.
Don't need it.
I don't need that, right? So I stream to one Facebook page and one YouTube channel. And so that's why I think it's the next to the lowest Restream level that I have. Matter of fact, you can use Restream for free and stream it to YouTube and Facebook, but it puts a watermark on your stream. So I tried it one search. I'm like, nope. I went ahead and subscribed to it. So,
Well, it's not that much. I mean, you know,
yeah.
I mean, when you just put it, you know, it's way less than the electric bill.
Yeah. No kidding.
You know, and it's just it's really a cost of doing business now.
Yeah. Exactly. So. And like I said, so when we went back to having modified services, our viewership dropped, because the ones that were watching it actually, come and spread out in the sanctuary. So, yeah.
But like we do this Tizay service, which is it's a real contemplative service. It's really simple on Fridays, and we have a pretty small audience for that. You know, we have 15 people at it or something. We do it every Friday. My wife does that service. And so now we've got just 3 of us that are doing it, because, we got a ukulele player, my wife runs the thing, and then I do all the video and do the reading, and it's like chant, and we now get, and so the 15, the 12 or 15 people that always came, stream it, but now we get, because it's out there, right? I mean, it's out there. We'll occasionally get a bunch of people just drop in on it, I mean, I started like doing watch parties off my Facebook page, and I'll get people drop in on it from other places, like, oh, wow. People that know, that come from a totally different background and don't even know what Tizay is.
Yeah.
They go, well, that was real interesting, It's really interesting.
Have you noticed, so we've noticed one kind of unique thing since we've been doing, on the online only, basically, those that have subscribed to the YouTube page and those that have liked and followed the Facebook page have really drastically increased, just because people will drop in on it, see it, and they'll click on the like or follow or whatever, you know what I mean, on Facebook. So
well, like we got, we get, these are small things, I guess. Well, the big things to individuals, but like we got this one elderly parishioner who's originally from Scotland, and she's been here for a long time. I don't know how long she's been a widow, long before I got here. But then she really was, her health was getting bad, and so her family decided to finally go, and there's no family here at all. So they finally, her grandchildren finally decided to move her back to Scotland. She comes into our services now.
Cool.
For Scotland.
Cool.
That's awesome. I mean,
Yeah, that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Well, we get folks that moved away that during this whole lockdown thing that have tuned in to our services too, and they'll make comments on the live feed. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it really opens up your audience. So.
Well, if you think about it, I mean that's what we're supposed to be here doing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we're supposed to be preaching the gospel, and and that doesn't mean you have to be sitting here to do it.
Yeah. Well, so I've told my pastor this, and in prayer as well. I mean, I'm very, in a way, I hate saying it like this, in a way I'm very thankful, because it's made me get off my lazy behind and improve some things around here that need to improve. Because I spent all my time working on sports broadcasting and doing nothing here. So
well, it's they call it creative disruption.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's, whenever you have, I mean, I've been, you know, I spent 21 years in the military, and
Did you really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were a veteran.
Yeah, I'm a retired
Air Force?
Air Force civil engineer.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So, just so you know, truth in advertising, I'm an old grumpy Air Force retired first sergeant. I was the first sergeant here at Goodfellow for 4.5 years before I retired. Yeah, that's why I got the bit. I didn't get the bit job because of my degree, because my degree is in mass media.
Yeah.
I got the bit job because
You've
of
been
4.5 years as a first sergeant, you know, as a shirt, putting up with
Yeah.
suicidal airmen and angry airmen, etc. So I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What
do you know? Like, my perfect lab tech is a retired master sergeant.
Really?
I mean that mentality about, okay, doesn't take crap from anybody, you know, knows how to get the, you know, has the technical skills, knows how to get the job, can get along with people, you know. Yeah.
So I'm glad to know. I like to know the veterans at ASU. I really do.
You know, it's been fun to come here. So we were in LA area before. I was at Apostolic, and that's not like military unfriendly, but it's like they just don't know or
Yeah.
They just don't get it, right? And like every time I had to go, if I had to go do anything, you know, with my veteranship, it was like an all-day exercise to go. I mean, it was, you know, the bases, most bases don't give a shit about retirees either. You understand why? I mean, they're
Out of
they're
sight,
just
out
a,
of mind.
well, and they're just a cost. I don't want to say
Yep.
a burden.
You know, you're right. To the active duty population.
Yeah, I mean, they, you know, they provide nothing to the mission of the base,
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
You know, and so it's really hard for them to do that. And then, you know, when we were, you know, we had to either go all the way out to Riverside or all the way to downtown LA. And I'd been a base civil engineer at the LA Air Force Base, and I went back there and they didn't give a fuck about it. I mean, there's a whole big complex I worked on programming and getting the construction all done. And then I got off to Canina and I got back and I said, hey, I really would like to see this, you know, and I sent it out to the BC, you know, they almost, I mean, finally they had some lieutenant show me around the place, but I mean, the new civil engineer didn't even have the time today to talk to me.
Did you say Canina?
Yeah, that's my last tour.
Where were you there?
So I left in 2002.
Really?
Yeah, 2003. When did I retire? Yeah, I think that's right.
I was there from 87 to 90 and 95 to 01.
Oh, really? What
Yeah.
squadron?
I was in the 67th the first time, fighter squadron.
Okay.
And then 95 to 99, I was in the 12th fighter squadron, and then 99 to 01, I was in the 44th fighter squadron. So before I was a shirt, I was an aircraft weapons loader.
Okay.
So that's
Your BB staffer.
the actual loader. I'm not an ammo guy.
Okay.
That's the ammo guy, man. That's fighting words stuff.
Well, you know, the civil engineer, when the maintainers wanted to get rid of the EOD guys because they didn't know what the fuck to do. You know,
They put in CE, didn't
Well,
they?
CE said, God damn, we need these guys because the Air Force is almost going to get rid of them.
Yeah.
We said, no, we can't do base recovery without these guys. And so we said, we said, hey, we'll take it. They can't be any harder to deal with than the fire dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were there till? Oh, really? I did not know. That's
I
pretty
was
cool.
the 718th command.
Yes. Okay.
That was my last tour.
That was over on what we used to call the SAC side, right? Or were you over on the other side?
No,
You were on the TAC
we
side?
were on.
I say SAC side. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about because it's not SAC anymore.
Yeah.
But in
we were on the
'87, it was still
What's on the
SAC.
far side was the P3 stuff.
Yes,
Right.
it's naval
Yeah.
stuff, Navy guys. Yeah.
No, so I had the squadron that had housing and environmental.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
And then 18th was the one that had all the maintainers, the more.
Yes.
So I had all the engineers and housing. I mean, so I had a big maintenance operation, but it was all housing, and I owned housing for the entire island.
That's right. Yeah.
So I had
you
like
had to deal with
5 flag officers I had to deal with. So get this. So I had 1 Navy flag officer, 1 Air Force flag officer, and 3 Marine flag officers. Now, you take a guess as which one was the biggest pain in the ass.
I would say Marines, but it's probably not it. It's probably Navy or Air Force guy.
The Air Force
The Air Force guy. I don't
The
know.
Navy guy was just because I think the one that was there when I was there was just an okay guy. Because you know Navy is the most rank conscious of all the. You know. But now the Marines. I mean the Marines weren't in the tent, so they were happy. But my wing commander was the biggest pain in the ass about his house. When I was in LA, I went in there guy before me at LA actually got an Article 15, this, the civil engineer, for basically doing shit with the general's house they wasn't supposed to do, for spending money wasn't supposed to spend on it. That general's a piece of work, let me tell you. Anyway, and so he had a line item, he had a line number for 06, got Article 15.
Oh, my.
Fought it, won, you know,
Uh-huh.
I mean, but then nobody, and they, you know, they sent him back to AFMC and stuck him.
Nobody wanted to touch him.
Nobody wanted to touch the guy. But, you know, it was, I mean, he was between a rock and, I mean, he did the wrong thing, but, you know, he had the 3-star. You know, I asked him to do shit on his house that was illegal. And this isn't, this stuff is actually law. I mean, you know, Congress hates it when we spend money, when we do dumb, you know, when we come in, you know, do dumb shit with, you know, and so these regulations are statutory law. This isn't like, you know, this ain't.
No, I
this is like.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So, yeah, I got some great flag officer stories. We went into one at McGuire once. I had to send craftsmen in to go into the general's office quarters and go to every switch plate cover and turn all the screws so they stood at attention.
Oh my God. Oh, and you know he went back through and looked at them all. I'm gonna answer that. It's Saturday. I'll call him. Okay, y'all call him back in a minute. Why is he calling till Saturday? I'll call him back in a minute. Anyway, yeah. Hey, let me know if you have any questions, whatever. If you decide to go that route, if you need any help, let me know.
It sounds really simple to me, and I think it's within our budget too.
Okay.
So the only thing I got to figure out is which PTZ cameras to use. But there's a couple out there that people are using already. And I think I do want the PTZ cameras with the controllers for them.
That's old stuff.
Yeah, and that's a whole separate. You know, that's a whole separate issue because now you got that's a whole separate control system.
Right. So again, I will tell you, I have zero experience with PTZ cameras. I've never dealt with them at all. So that's the one thing I don't know. I'll just give you a quick number. So for that sling, that battery pack, I bought 2 camera links, and they threw in a backpack. I think it was around $1,500 or $1,600. So just to give you kind of some
Yeah,
numbers.
the sling's right at 1,000.
Yes, and then
I think the camera things are $399.
$299. But if you $299 or $399, I don't remember what it was. But I got some kind of a deal on the battery and the backpack, and I don't remember what it was. But it was right around $1,600 that I paid for it.
Well, right now, they're going out like hotcakes. So you can probably.
Yeah, but with all the having to live stream and whatnot.
Yeah. I'm hoping I actually missed the big peak of it. Because there's some places that don't have, like there's at least one PTZ camera that that especially advertises that they work with Sling, and they're kind of hard to find right now. So, but we'll see.
Okay, well, let me know if you
I
need
really
help.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
That really
no
helps a
problem.
lot.
Anytime at all, text me, email, whatever.
The 2 big questions I had, which was about and you're using exactly what you thought, which is the restreaming part.
Yep.
And then to see how easy it was to set up and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the other one was feeding off your mixing panel.
Yep,
So
yep.
we got one of those.
So, I'll tell you one more thing real quick. On the mixing board, the input on the Sling is a 3.5 millimeter, 1/8 inch, whatever you want to refer to it as. So, you have to, we come off the board with a 1/4 inch to a 3.5 millimeter. We have one cable, we don't go through adapters. I try to eliminate adapters anywhere possible, especially when it comes to sound, 'cause you get so much interference.
Well, that's where they're
sometimes.
paying a lot of money. You're paying $20 for an adapter works, so it's gold tipped adapter.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. So, all right, well, let me know.
Well, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
You bet.
I
Anytime.
apologize for yesterday.
No, trust
I had
me.
this meeting, it was supposed to last an hour, and an hour and a half later, I thought, oh shit, I'm supposed to be there in like 5 minutes.
Department head stuff, I get it. Department chair, I get it. Trust me, I get it. So, all right, man. Let me know if you need anything. All right, take care.